Okay, I'm here to prove to you once and for all that talking to the board of puppets is a complete waste of your time and can only be used as a theatrical event in your life, because talking to them is not going to matter to them. They're only doing it because they think it looks good for them. They like to, just like the rest of our democracy we live in here, it's all phony. There's nothing democratic about this entire country we live in. This is a good example of it. They don't want to appear. They don't want to appear like they don't care. So they have to put on this fucking act that makes it. Oh yeah, we want to hear from you. Well, I'm going to prove to you right now that they don't want to hear from you. So listen.
Forum begins as we were seeing at the conclusion of the business meeting is not part of the meeting. People wishing to testify are encouraged to submit their full testimony in writing and summarize their comments at the meeting. Public comment should be limited to 3 minutes per speaker. The number of speakers allowed present depends on the number of people wishing to address the board and the time remaining as scheduled. I think we're fine. We have, I think, 9 people that have signed up and want to testify. I know that Director Bethel needs to leave at about 11, so there's a couple folks I'd like to make sure we get up here right away. So I'm going to make sure that the Opal folks are...
Okay, you heard Warner, right? You heard what he said. He said, we only listen to the public testimony after the meeting's over. It is not part of the meeting. They only want to hear from you after they're done with their business. In other words, that right there says they don't give a fuck about you, because our meeting has to end before we're going to allow you to speak. And then he goes on, well, the amount of time we have depends on how much overall time there is. In other words, we're not going to give you as much time as you need. If there's too many speakers, we're not going to hear you. Okay, so that's proof number 2. They only will give you so much time. Proof number 3 is Bethel leaves. Schweitzer is left all the time. People are leaving. They don't want to hear the testimony. And the final crazy thing is they prioritize who they want to hear from. Okay, somebody like me, if I show up, I will definitely guarantee you I'll be at the very end of the meeting. Okay, and they'll drag out the meeting as long as possible in order to make as many people leave. And in this case, you hear Warner say, well, we're going to give the top spot to 2 people. You know, they have their favorites. They play favorites. You know, this is how they are. They don't give a shit about anybody. About their own fucking selves is all they care about. And that idiot in charge, McFarland, and his henchman, Stedman, and that sad sack supporter.